For decades, military doctrine was based on a simple, comforting truth. You always have time to react. Radar spots the threat, early warning systems trigger, and defenses are deployed. Today, that truth is dead. The new ultimate weapon is not defined by its warhead, but by its speed. We are talking about hypersonic missiles, traveling at 5 times the speed of sound Mach 5 and faster and maneuvering unpredictably as they fly. This technology is the most significant strategic breakthrough in warfare since the nuclear bomb. The implications are terrifying. At Mach 5, a missile launched from Beijing can hit a target in Alaska in about 20 minutes, giving us defensive systems virtually zero time to react. But speed is only half the threat. Hypersonic missiles are also highly maneuverable. Current defense systems are designed to intercept predictable ballistic trajectories. These new weapons fly low, skip across the atmosphere, and change course constantly, making them impossible to track and intercept with existing technology. The bitter reality for the United States is that its rivals, primarily China and Russia, have poured billions into mastering this technology and have pulled ahead. They view hypersonic weapons as the ultimate asymmetric threat, a relatively low-cost weapon capable of neutralizing America's most expensive military assets, such as aircraft carriers and major command centers. The current US missile defense system, built and funded over generations, is effectively obsolete. The rules of deterrence have changed forever. The crisis begins with a deliberate demonstration of force, a calculated, non-nuclear attack designed purely for strategic shock. During a moment of high geopolitical tension, Russia or China launches a small salvo of hypersonic cruise missiles. The targets are not cities, but to high-value, fixed US military installations, a major command and control center in Guam, and a critical early warning radar facility in Alaska. The US missile defense systems register the launch, but the incoming trajectory is immediately flagged as ambiguous, too fast and too maneuverable to be reliably tracked. The decision makers are paralyzed. They have a matter of minutes to decide whether the threat is real and, more terrifyingly, whether they have any defensive countermeasure capable of stopping it. The answer, brutally, is no. The missiles, traveling at blinding speed, bypass the existing defenses and destroy their targets. The immediate fallout is profound strategic shock. No American lives are lost in a major city, but the attack achieves a devastating victory. The destruction of the command center severely compromises the US's ability to coordinate a Pacific response. The destruction of the radar station creates a massive blind spot in the Arctic, giving the rival nation a temporary, decisive advantage. The world witnesses the strategic humiliation. America's vast, expensive missile defense apparatus was proven useless by a handful of Mach 5 weapons. The geopolitical dilemma is total. How does the US retaliate when it has no defense? A conventional response risks escalating to a nuclear exchange. The US is forced into a defensive crawl, scrambling to protect every remaining military asset while realizing the military balance of power has been fundamentally and permanently shifted. The hypersonic attack triggers an irreversible collapse in the global security environment. The concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, based on the clear, slow trajectory of nuclear missiles, is shattered. With no time to react and no effective defense, stability dissolves. The long-term consequence is the immediate launch of the most expensive and desperate technological race in US history. The Hypersonic Defense Initiative. Trillions of dollars are poured into developing a new generation of sophisticated space-based sensors and missile interceptors capable of catching Mach 5 weapons. This isn't just about protecting military bases. It's about building an entire new defensive shield for the North American continent, a technological mountain that must be scaled in a fraction of the time it took to build the old system. The geopolitical shift is staggering. The US Navy's global dominance, built on the invulnerability of its aircraft carriers, is suddenly compromised, as a single hypersonic missile could cripple a $13 billion asset. The world now knows that US conventional power is vulnerable. The US is forced to share sensitive technology and collaborate with allies like Japan, Australia, and the UK on a massive scale, realizing that its safety depends on a unified high-speed defense network. The final lesson of the hypersonic shockwave is that technology is the ultimate determinant of power, and America's temporary lag has put the entire world at risk.